We're funny motherfuckers here. We like to say what's up, guy. It's our way to say hi. In February, it is good to know a plow guy. It is shaped like a key, also where I like to ski. Tell by my belt buckle that I'm most definitely from.
Okay, so today was a little bit better for me today. I got a potential new permission on a really old farm site, and it looked pretty good. Look at that. That's potentially my next permission. I just went and asked the gentleman who owns it. I mean, that's early. That's early 1700s right there. The belfry like that. I don't know the history. We didn't have a long conversation. He's got to think about it if he's going to let me detect. Property goes all the way over there. So he's a very nice man. He says, I asked him, I says, has anybody ever asked you to go metal detecting on your property? He says, you know what? No, nobody has ever asked me that. He says, and honestly, I've never really considered it. He says, I'm not saying no, but give me some time to think about it. And gave him my number. He's going to get back to me. So maybe get some potentially fresh antique ground. I don't know how long he's lived here. That's another question. You know, if he's only lived here for a couple of years, it could have been hunted out throughout the 70s and 80s. But if his family has lived here for, you know, 50, 60 years, and he says nobody's ever detected it, we could have a gold mine. Stay tuned, folks. I'm going to go to a park down the road, see what we find. So hopefully this guy will call me back, and I'll be able to go hunt over there. Till then, I went to this public park, sort of a wildlife, what do you call it, reserve. Okay, so, you know, they've got all types of examples of local plants and trees and flowers and stuff like that, all labeled out for you to read and stuff and walk around. And I ended up finding this one little spot way out in the back. So here's today's hunt. It's a local wildlife preserve and park. There's nobody here today. I've never seen anybody here. The town maintains it. I believe they have public gardens at some points. Areas like this that they used to feed and let grow, basically. This is an old fire pit area for recreational use with permits only. There's birdhouses, and they leave strips like this to grow like tall meadow. Again, it's a wildlife reserve, so there's sitting benches over there and little labeled flower gardens, all different kinds of stuff there. The signs don't say, you know, no metal detecting. It says, what does it say? Something about only leave footprints. You know, stone wall, and then over further down was where the old railroad bed was. Now it's an ATV trail. So I concentrated in that woodsy area. I didn't want to be, you know, digging up the freshly mowed park and have people complaining. Also, the one area that I did, I didn't really find much of anything. So let me clean up my pretty special finds, and I got one thing that I found that was a first for me I've never found before, which is really cool. So stay tuned. Well, first target sounded good, ringing in at 88, but look at that steel or all that rust all around it. I think that's going to be a washer. I mean, it was a good 8 inches down. I'll let you know if it's something different. That's what it looks like. Too much rust to be a coin. Alright, this Goldbug Pro keeps impressing me with its depth every time I get it out. That is obviously a smeared bullet, or part of it. It rang up between 55 and 60. kind of inconsistently and kind of faint. VDI said it was 7 inches down. It wasn't quite 7 inches down, but it's all of 6. I mean, that little tiny thing, and it was repeating and pretty loud. So, mid-range targets that are deep, nobody's got anything on the Goldbug Pro. I don't care. That's cool. Well, that sucker was deep. That was about a foot down. And I believe that to be a wheel for a pulley, like a come-along, or a pulley that you'd use to lift hay up into the hay barn or whatever. Or it could be, I think it's too heavy duty to be an old clothesline pulley, but I suppose back in the day they could have used it for the clothesline as well. Big signal. 80 to 90. I'll get it cleaned up, show you a better picture. This looks like tin, but it's very ornate. It's been decorated. I don't know what for. It's got a lip on it like it might have been a pot, maybe a flower pot, something like that. Hopefully it wasn't an urn. It was pretty deep. The only 2 pieces I got though. I might have just come in with the fill. This whole section looks like it may have been filled. You can see the hump, but again, that was a good foot down, but it's a big target, so most detectors would grab that. To the next. And in case you guys were wondering, if you watched Stealth Digger's video that I guest appeared in, on that hunt I lost my Wicked Digger. So I had this one laying around. I toyed with different handle ideas and different styles and stuff like that, and this is one that I came up with, so I'm using it right now. I've got an old cell phone case that I've cut a hole in the bottom. I just shove her in here. It's easier when I'm not on the phone. And she stays on my belt. Pro pointer here. I was going to use this for my digger, but it slips through. Alright, on to the next. Look at that. Hey Bob, found out what some of them rings are used for. That's for tying off your horse. Giddy up. Okay, so I'm at a patch of woods just off of the grass line of this park. It's pretty old. There's some cut down in here that's pretty old. And right in this area I just got a signal somewhere in the 50s, and I wanted to ruin it by a live dig. I thought that would be fun. Because I saw the target. I believe it to be of the roundish persuasion. And let's see if we can't. Thought I. Where'd it go? Man, these things. Here it is. Here it is. Alright. Here we go. It's definitely a coin. Judging by the edge, I'm going to guess memorial. Maybe older. It's pretty heavy. I think it's an Indian. I think it is. Let me get some more dirt off it. I got a toothbrush here. Hold on. Well, boys and girls, even better than an Indian head penny, that is a V-nickel. My very first ever V-nickel. And it was literally 4 inches down under that root right there. That's it. My first V-nickel. I am so happy. I feel like I've got my mojo back. I've been digging pull tabs and tin cans and garbage all frickin' month. All season, really. Wow, I hope this cleans up better. A V-nickel! Woohoo! Okay, I think the gods, the metal detecting gods, are pleased with me once again, having paid my dues. This signal was about 7 or 8 inches down. Give me a solid 81, 82 sometimes. Before I dug it, I haven't looked at it, could be a button. Before I dug it, it was hitting 77, 75 range. It's too small to be, I don't know what it's too small to be. I have no idea. It could be a memorial. Could be a Wheatie. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's Lincoln. I think it's a wheat. Let me try cleaning it up a bit more and I'll get back to you. Guess what? It's another first for me. Oh my God. Bring it up as a 50, 53. Wah, wah, wah. I see green. So, at the very least, she's plated. It's not even the right kind of, well, I guess it's jewelry type chain. I'm sure it's old. Gold plated, if anything. Pretty cool though, either way. I like it. Next best thing, I suppose, huh? G in the pock, homie. Alright, first item I found was this steel washer. It was pretty caked with rust, and doing the old smashing it with a hammer on a concrete floor trick knocked all the big rust off. It's just a washer. Next, I dug this smeared bullet. I dug a few of these. This isn't the one that you're going to see in the clip right now, but they're all coming up like that. This big honker of a pulley. This I found out, well, I didn't find out, but this I figured out is aluminum, but still decorative, some sort of pot or a pan or something. And then my glorious V nickel. You can clearly see the V on this side. I gotta do some more cleaning up. Sorry the video's so sketchy. It's kind of dark in here. I still haven't fixed my lights. But that's definitely a V. And if we flip it that way, still can't read the date. I can see 18 something. But either way, V nickel. This turned out to be a 57 or 53. 53. 53 wheat. This big old horseshoe. Well, half a horseshoe. And my heart stopper. I got gold. Everything is so thin. It's been worn for a long, long time. And those pieces right there are so thin it keeps breaking. It was in 3 pieces when I found it. Now it's in 4. It's definitely jewelry though. I mean, judging by that fancy link right there, she's definitely jewelry. But I'm happy to have all that. That's for sure. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching my silly little video. Stay tuned for the next one. Hopefully I get that old farmhouse. And hopefully we find some pretty cool relics, if anything. So, swing, beep, dig.